Why is my chat not working? That's a little not good. Is there a reason for that? Do you think you can perhaps not be a douche? That'd be good. Come on now. There we go. Ah, fuck. What have I done? Alright. Well, clearly I am still getting ready. Hold on. There's still something I gotta find for work. Yo, Candy, it's been a minute. How are you doing, dude? I should really put this down, but... Individual... No? Not too bad myself. I'm doing okay. We're still getting ready over here. This is surprisingly hard to find, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's why. Haha, I figured it out. Probably won't be here long because I'm going to be going to sleep soon. Not a problem. We are here for when we need to be here. And that is okay. Alright. Let me get the atmosphere going. Doop. We're just gonna wait a little longer. Just because I'm still trying to get this thing for work. I know I should put it down, I know, but I'm not being a good wolfie. I'm not being a good wolfie. What is this? A book? Can I steal it? Is there a digital version? Tits. Alright. It's so weird how this is so difficult to get a hand on. I guess I just have to cite it as is, but whatever. It's there, take your time. God damn it. Doesn't 237. Maybe I can. Sorry, this really grinds my gears. I hate it when I can't find shit. It's the most annoying part of my job when I'm doing a lit search and I literally have to know what I'm talking about and I can't find the fucking thing that I need. It's very... it's very annoying. Okay. Let's look for books. Vertebrate sound production. Alright, fine. Acoustic communication in birds. And I know it's such a first world fucking problem. It shows communication birds. No, I don't care about any of that. Production, perception, design features of sounds. Crudsma. Ecology and evolution. Okay. This looks possibly like what I'm looking for. I will put this down in a minute, chat. I'm so sorry. This is just like... it's so gear grindy. But yes, I have spooky stories from China. I've got spooky stories from Ireland. And I've got spooky stories from other places. So when the chat starts filling up, we can start voting on what I'll read. But I'm gonna give people a little bit more time to show, because I did kind of fuck up with timing. Yes, I've got... literally, I have a book called Irish Tales of Terror. And it's, like, from all points in history. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. I also think I have Russian ghost stories as well. I can't remember if I downloaded that yet. I might not have. But I can. Wow, it's still not letting me see this preview. That's unfortunate. Okay, here we go. Also, if you hear hissing in the background, it's just my heat being old as fuck. Okay, give me the table of contents, you little shit. Development, ecogenetics, repertoire size, vocal repertoires. Irish Simpsons Treehouse Horror. House of Horror type shit. Oh god, I don't know. Comparative analysis of this, that, the other things. Only the first... I don't want to use one of my free downloads to fucking get this fucker. But I might have to. I might have to. God damn it. This might not even be the right one. This might not even be the right book. God damn it, son of a bitch. 1996. Well, fuck. You know what? I might get it on interlibrary loan or something. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Tough times. Yeah, I'll be done in just a minute. I hate it when I can't find something. I think it's an article. Titled Journal Anthology. I don't know. Acoustic Communications in Birds. I don't know, is there a journal that's that way? Acoustic Communication. Oh no, that's a book. So I'm looking for a book chapter. Oh, no wonder I can't fucking find it. Acoustic canoe. Oh, wait, no. I'm doing this all wrong now. Okay. Acoustic communication and birds. God, I'm so sorry, chat. I'll put this down in a minute, I swear. Okay. Book Arthur. Donald. Kreutzma. Year 1982. Chapter title. Da 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 da. Secondary school is going to be weird after COVID because then we don't gotta wear masks and all the lunch times will be the same. It is going to be a weird transition in general to like post-COVID stuff. Just, yeah, it's just weird. Book author, editor, year edition, chapter author is Falls JB, right? I assume. And this is from 1992. If the librarians can't find this, then Lord help us all. Alright. Acoustic. Acoustic. Why can't I spell that word? I like the mask so then people don't have to see my face because I'm antisocial as fuck. Oh, I'm the same way. Did I misspell acoustic? Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, I did. Oh, well, some librarian is gonna be really pissed at me. Chaos. Oh, who do we have to ban? Who do we have to ban? The True Dark Reaper. Good shit. Ban True Dark Reaper. Get fucked. How you doing, Chaos? Yeah, we're about to read spooky stories, but the most spooky thing so far is my spelling. Oh, that's unfucking fortunate. Oh, that's... Communication. Communication in birds. 237 through 278. Because apparently that's how it's cited. Which, okay. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think anyone who cited this knew what the fuck was going on with them. Either way. That's unfortunate. Can I edit outstanding requests? That would be good. Edit. Yes. Please let me fix this mistake. Thank you. Submit. Good lord. More Irish? Yes. Spelling is scary enough. We've got Irish, we've got Chinese, and we've got what other shit I have here. Which we'll get to But what I think I'll do is I think I'll move my work stuff. Oh, fuck it. I'll keep it out. Alright, I'll finally get to it. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Yeah. So, we've got Chinese stories, Irish stories, and let me actually look in my library. I might have Russian. I very well might have Russian. No, I don't have Russian spooky stories, but those are... I should add that. Okay, good. I will snooze that until tomorrow. This can go. That's been happening in October. Going on about Christmas? Ugh. No, we don't do that here. we don't do that here. Christmas is on Christmas, honey. We don't fuck with that. We don't do that here. Yeah. Oh, I have stories about haunted stuff. Here we go. I've got Encyclopedia of Haunted Places. And I've got... Yeah, I've got that. Ireland's way of doing shit for seasons is broken as fuck. Oh, I believe you. But yeah. These look like they're mostly American. Yeah, these are all American. Incredibles 2 mean Christmas is on Christmas. Christmas is Christmas! Alright. So, I'm hearing some want of Irish. Also, I could change the background. I could do something a little spookier. It's not quite spooky, that's just ooh ah. Let's see here. Hold on. That doesn't scream Irish, really. This could. But it could be better. There we go. Can I be that guy? Yes. Be that guy. We say that spring is February, March, and April. Summer is May, June, July. Autumn is August, September, October. Winter is November, December. Okay, that kind of makes sense. It's just weird. Okay, no. February is definitely not spring, though. Well, like, in China it is. Alright. Let me see what you got. Oh, heck yes. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Alright, so the first story is from Chaos, called Dark Side of the Moon, Chapter 2. Oh! This is the continuation of the, This is the continuation of the story with the, where the village is attacked and they're all hiding I want to say a Walmart. Or a store adjacent to that. Right, so where we last left off, this guy lost his entire family to monsters of some kind. Walmart, fuck yeah. And he's living in a Walmart with a bunch of people from the village that escaped. And they're deciding to escape the Walmart because the generators are going to run out of power. And so they're going... I think they're, like, loading up on the trailer. So, if you want context to that, okay, so then I will change the scenery to Yo Thunder Kitty to match that. Okay. So that, we want the road, then. I'm pretty sure. If I could... If only I had a brain, man. Having a brain would be great. Here we go. What's up? Hee. 8. So... Oh, yeah. Chat's hella redundant. Alright, so I'm gonna minimize chat so that there can be a little more immersion. Oh, fuck, the bot's not on. Thanks, Thunder Kitty. You keep me honest. You keep me honest. Someone killed the bot. Yeah, it was me. I twitched as I... Fuck. Yeah, just live with Streambot. It's fine. I twitched as I felt Rex's wet nose nudge against my face. I lifted the mask and looked at him as he panted and licked my face. I quietly laughed as I... Oh my god, you're so irritating. Go away. Not you. Streamlabs being Streamlabs. I quietly... Oh, shit, how much have I missed? I've literally... I have read 2 sentences, Sassy. I can even start over. The first 10 minutes of stream was me realizing that I couldn't get something for work, and then nagging a librarian, and then realizing I misspelled it, and then having to figure out how to go back to correct it so the librarians don't get mad at me. That is literally all you missed. But I will tell you what's on the menu. Right now we are reading one of Chaos Dragoon's famous stories. This is Dark Side of the Moon Chapter 2. If you want the link to read along, ask Chaos for permission for me to post it, because I won't post it if he doesn't want me to. But we've also got Chinese ghost stories lined up, we've got Irish ghost stories lined up, and we have haunted places from all over America lined up. So we have options. You don't care? Alright. So, this is the story. Boop ba doop boo. Kakra. Oh dear lord. Yeah, that beautiful looking Chinese ghost story is never getting high ranking on Mahjong, right? Yeah, Kanye's back after a long hiatus. Let all the friends and creeps read it. The best thing about the creeps having to read it is they have to literally pause the VOD and manually type in that horrendous looking link into their browsers to get it. Glorious. Actually, Kanye, so that you don't get accidentally banned, let me actually... 101111. Alright, type something. You will now be immune from the accidental sword swings of my trigger-happy mods. There we go. Congratulations, you're safe. Alright, let me actually read shit. I've been live for almost half an hour and I haven't gotten a damn thing done. I'm kinda concerned about Satan. Me too. Me too. Oh, sassy. Oh, you didn't have to. Thank you for gifting a sub to Kaney. This is easier. You guys are out of your minds. Alright, let me actually start reading. Good lord. Alright, we'll start from the top because we didn't get very far. I twitched as I felt Rex's wet nose nudge against my face. I lifted the mask and looked at him as he panted and licked my face. I quietly laughed as I petted him, and then looked at the time in the microwave. It was 7 a.m. I let out a satisfied sigh and thanked God I had a dreamless sleep. I slowly sat up as the air mattress squeaked. I knew that in 3 hours, we'd be moving into Matthew's trailer, and we'd be off to the mall. I remember that he'd claimed it might be crammed, so slowly and quietly got up, made my way over to an end cap where there were unused bath towels. I took one and I proceeded to the bathrooms with Rex following close behind me. After cleaning myself, I walked out of the bathroom with Rex sitting there waiting for me. I patted him on the forehead before proceeding toward the pet food aisle. I grabbed his favorite canned food and proceeded back to my aisle. As soon as I got back, I saw Terry was awake, sitting on his makeshift bed, staring blankly into space. He saw me and said, "Oh, fuck. I forgot the voice I gave to Terry. I completely forgot. Oh well. Couldn't sleep, huh?" I nodded and began to open the canned food. Oh wait, no, I made him super... Fuck. Does anyone remember... Chaos, what voice did I give? I don't remember. Fuck it. I don't remember the last time you were here. No, don't worry, Kenny, you're fine. Oh, fuck. I don't remember. Alright. He's gonna be a surfer dude until further notice. Couldn't sleep, huh? I nodded and began to open the canned food. I don't know. Every voice in my head is Southern except for Bruce. He's English for some odd reason. Oh, I did do that, didn't I? Alright. Yeah, no, I did do Southern. I don't blame you, he said before he continued. We don't know if the trailer will hold these creatures off while we head toward the mall. On top of that, we don't know how many people will be coming with us. I let the slop fall into Rex's bowl before setting it down on the ground. We'll see in a few hours, I said, before my gaze moved from Rex to the revolver and added, I just hope we don't need to use our weapons. A few hours later, we met Rich and the others by the back of the store. I have to admit, Jason was right. Just like in the movies, there were a select few that decided to join us. All in all, out of the 350 people in the store, only 85 people decided to risk the outside world. Oh, followage? Hold on. I got you. You've been following since... Well, that's not right. You've been following since January 28, 2021. That's not right. You were at least following as far back as I did the Grease stream, and the Grease stream was March 2019. So you've been here for at least 2 years. You've been here at least 2 years. But anyway. Was your password something binary code? Oh, come on, guys. Let's see. Only 85 people decided to risk the outside world. Well, this is less than what I expected, Jason admitted. I nodded and noticed some of the people had weapons like baseball bats, knives, and other objects to fight off the creatures. Jason clapped his hands to get everyone's attention before he said, "Alright, once Matthew opens his trailer, he'll sneak out and start the big truck. However, this'll undoubtedly attract the creatures. So once everyone gets in, we'll close the door and I'll tell Matt to gun it." Jason lifted a walkie-talkie and pointed at it. It's my brother's account. Let's get going. We all know these things will try to get in like all the other mornings, Rich stated. We nodded and proceeded to the loading bay. Matthew unlocked his truck's door and lifted a steel door to reveal a massive trailer with empty pallets near the back. "Y'all should be able to fit in here without any problems. Let me know when you're ready and I'll start up my truck," Matthew said before he let out a sigh and turned to the door to the outside and said, "God, please watch over me." He made the motion of the cross before he pushed open the door and walked outside. "Alright, let's get a move on," Jason said, as we all piled into the trailer. Terry, myself, and a young man called Marcel helped his elderly grandmother into the trailer and sat her in one of the pallets. Jason and Terry began to pull down the steel doors, only to have them stop a few feet above the floor. "Oh, shit. Terry cursed as he struggled to move the door down. Suddenly there was a scream coming from the other side of the door as someone yelled, "They got in!" "Damn it!" Rich yelled before he took the walkie-talkie from Jason and yelled, "Now! Do it now!" We all heard the motor of the truck start up and we felt the jerk as it moved forward. "Damn it, Rich, we don't have the door closed, you moron!" Jason yelled. I would have scolded him too if I didn't see an arrowhead snake slowly slither from the open door and quickly wrap around Marcel's ankle. Suddenly the kid fell to the floor, frantically grasping as he was pulled out of the trailer. Jason and Terry both quickly grabbed each of the kid's arm and tried to pull him back in. I saw his eyes plead with me to help, but my body simply stood there, afraid to even move. Suddenly the kid was jerked out of the trailer, causing Jason and Terry to fall on their asses. "Jesus Christ!" Jason yelled before he and Jason quickly went back to try to push the door down. Jason turned to me and yelled, "Damn it, Eric! Get your fat ass over here!" Well, he became New York for a minute. That snapped me out of my trance and I quickly helped them. All three of us pulled down the door, but it wouldn't budge. I jumped up and slammed my right foot on the bottom of the door, and we heard the whine of metal as the door slammed shut. I slowly stepped back from the door before I felt a cane hit my lower back. I shouted in both surprise and pain as it jumped back. "You bastards! You let my grandson die!" Marcel's grandmother yelled as she waved her cane in the air, ready to strike again. Few people held the elderly woman back as she sobbed, "You could have helped, but all you did was watch." I really couldn't argue with her. I did just sit there and watch. "Hey, he knew the risks and he still helped us close the door. Could have been anyone who was grabbed," Jason argued. "He only stood there," Marcel's grandmother yelled as she pointed to me and accused. "If he was white, I bet he'd jump in and help." "Don't pull the black card," Jason yelled before he added, "We all saw what grabbed him. None of us knew what to do." It seemed to quiet the woman up as she tried to rally up the others, but all they did was simply look away. They all saw what grabbed him, and they all seemed to stand there just like I did. "How the roads, Matthew?" Terry asked. He waited as the walkie-talkie filled with static before Matthew's voice came through cursing. "God damn it!" Matthew yelled through the walkie-talkie. My heart skipped a beat when he did, as all we felt the truck swerve to the right and then correct itself and relaxed. And Matthew added, "Sorry, some idiot left their car in my way. Didn't want to hit it and kill our chances of escaping." "So are the roads clear, Matt?" Terry asked again. "Yes and no," Matthew said before he explained. "Some parts of the road are clear, while others have abandoned cars. I don't think the fastest route to the mall will be accessible. Gonna have to take the long route, which might take us 25 more minutes." 10-4, good buddy," Terry said. "I'm not your buddy guy," Matthew said in a terrible Canadian accent. Oh boy. God, all my brain is pulling from Canadian is Irish, and we're not doing that right now. "I'm not your guy, buddy," Terry Oh, I remember. I did give Terry a rat accent. "I'm not your guy, buddy," Terry retorted in an even worse Canadian accent. I just shook my head and laughed as the two continued their banter. They would always do in their Walmart. I walked to the back and sat against some of the pallets as Rex quickly trotted over and laid next to me, even though many of us were stressed after the Marcel incident. It seemed like Terry and Matthew's banter got a few smiles on people's faces. I sat back and closed my eyes to let the nerves slowly calm themselves, before I felt something kick at my foot. "Hey, you good?" Jason asked as he sat to my right and Terry sat to my left next to Rex. Yeah, I said, before I added, "Just calming the nerves is all." "Yeah, I know what you mean. Taking this risk is not doing wonders for my heart," Jason said. "You know, I've been thinking," Terry said. "Well, shit, that's not good," I joked. Terry punched me in the arm as Jason and I laughed. "But seriously, think about it," Terry said before he continued. "What if the quickest route was made to look like people abandoned their cars? The things planted those cars just to make us go to the long route to ambush us." "That is," Jason began before he added, "the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Do you honestly think these things can think? That they can't come up with a plan? They're nothing but monsters. Creatures that care about preserving the legacy by eating and fucking, that's it." That was a weird mix of Southern and New York. To be honest, we haven't seen them do anything that smart. They got the jump on us, and they seem to take over the town, I said. "Oh yeah, then why isn't the military gun involved, huh?" Terry asked. To be honest, you do have a point," I said, before remembering there was a military base outside of the town. "Maybe they attacked it first and took them all out," Jason said. "I don't want to think about that," I said before adding, "that would imply those things are unkillable." "True, if that's the case, we may as well be all fucked 6 ways from Sunday," Terry said. "Dude, keep it down," Jason scolded. "Yeah, don't need to spread a full panic," I added. 3 of us sat in silence for a few minutes before the walkie-talkie came to life with Matthew's voice saying, "All right, not much further now. Maybe about 15 to 20 minutes. "Well, that's some good news," Rich said. As if on cue, something slammed into the trailer, making it tip for a few seconds before correcting itself. Everyone in the trailer screamed as something else slammed into the trailer again, and a long, blood-red hook-like claw tore into the siding. "Hang on to something!" Matthew's voice came from the walkie-talkie as something massive hit the trailer, causing it to tip over. I tried to keep my footing, but failed as I slipped and fell to the side, hitting my head on one of the metal poles of the siding and blacking out. I felt something wet and rough on my face as I slowly came to. Fog finally lifted from my vision, and I saw Rex above me whining. When he noticed me coming to, he began vigorously licking my face. I groaned again and pushed him away, saying, I'm up. Sat up and felt the massive pain in the back of my head. I reached back to feel the lump on my head and felt the pain shoot through my head again as I winced. Oh shit. What the hell happened? I asked myself. You take care, Dekaney. Good to see you again, dude. Rex barked at me and looked toward the door of the trailer. Turned to see a large stack of pallets had fallen next to me, and marveled at the luck of not getting crushed by them. I slowly got to my feet and quickly felt my legs jelly under me, and used the pallets to keep myself up. Using the pallets, I walked out from around them and saw the carnage that awaited me. Holy shit. I breathed as I saw the massive pools of blood on the floor. Limbs lay in some of the blood while others had torn clothing and gore. Stood there in shock for several seconds before Rex nudged my hand. I looked down at him and sighed. Alright, boy, let's get out of here. Carrying Rex's blood to make sure he didn't touch any of it, I finally exited the trailer through the torn-off door. Placed him on the blacktop and looked around to get my bearings. I saw we were on Crowsburg Road and knew we were 15 minutes away from the mall. Psyched myself up before deciding to cut through the forest, to cut down on time, and not be in the open for these things to attack me. I petted Rex and headed off to the mall. Every snap of a twig, every crunch of a leaf, creak of a tree, kept me on edge. Even though some were for me and Rex walking through the forest and the wind moving through the trees, it still kept me on edge, fearing every sound would summon the monsters to me, to tear me limb from limb. But that all went away when I heard the sounds of nature. I was so focused on my own noises I didn't hear. The forest was alive with the sounds of nature. Birds sang above him, as insects seemed to mirror their calls. I let out a sigh and remembered my dad's words. Nature is only silent when there's a threat that threatens all. Knowing that and hearing the sounds all around me, and the monsters were not near me, I wasn't going to give them the chance to hunt, and quickly made my way through the forest. When I finally exited the forest, I hunched over and caught my breath, not realizing I had been running full speed through the forest. I stood up straight and looked down on the road I was standing on. Out of the frying pan into the fire, I said to myself. I knew this part would be heart pounding. Took a deep breath, and Rex and I walked into the road toward the mall. The road on either side held a large forest. I knew this would be the hardest part of my trek. Either side was dawned with forest hidden. The monsters could charge out of the forest, and I stopped my thought and heard the forest still around me, with buzzing sounds of nature. It gave me some relief as I walked down the road. We continued down the road as the left side changed from a forest into a large field of corn stalks. It made me think of the movie Children of the Corn, and wished the kids from the movie were here killing the monsters. Right side was still a large forest. Stopped in my tracks and felt Rex stop next to me as I closed my eyes. Took a deep breath and opened my eyes. That was when my heart nearly stopped. Standing in the middle of the road was one of the monsters. Its pitch-black skin shimmered in the sunlight as it stood on all fours. He estimated it to be 10 or 12 feet long from its basketball-shaped head to its arrow-tipped tail. Blood-red spines along its back seemed to rattle. It used its 6 blood-red hooked claws to dig at the black top like it was trying to figure out what it was. Its head suddenly shot up and looked directly at me. It's when I saw there were no eyes, no mouth, no facial features of the monster. Rex stood next to me, let out a low growl. I heard a cracking noise coming from the creature. Watched as the bottom half of the creature's head broke open like a smiling jack-o'-lantern. White mist poured from the creature's mouth. I slowly backed away, knowing that if this thing gave chase, I would be fucked. I reached for my revolver to realize it was not in its holder. Shit, I thought, as my brain raced to figure out when I had lost it. The creature let out a roar, sounding like a leather glove, running down a stringed instrument before it ran off into the cornfield. I just stood there terrified. My mind raced with questions. Why didn't it attack? The hell is this thing? Where are its eyes? Why the hell are the birds still singing? Rex nudged my hand and whined before he began trotting down the road. The fear of the creature jumping out of the cornfield, attacking Rex, made me run up to him and attempt to grab him, but I stopped mid-grab as I heard something. A whisper. "Hey!" someone whispered. I looked around, but found no one around me. "Hey!" Another whisper and another look around to see nothing. "Up here!" A voice boomed, causing me to jump and look around, fearing monsters to surround me. Once I found nothing, I looked toward the forest and saw a treehouse in the window. Saw a person waving toward me. Looked down at Rex, who simply cocked his head at me before trotting into the woods. I took a deep breath and followed suit. And that is the end of chapter 2 of Chaos's lovely writing. And now, chat, here comes the part where you guys choose what I do next. We want something from China, something from Ireland, or something from America. I need an applause emoji. Does lupine water count? Oh, it's not even here. I mean, a woo is pretty close to applause. You just take away the at the beginning and just go woo! There we go. America, fuck yeah, what about everyone else? I mean, I'm not voting. I could do any of these. What say ye, chat? I mean, I think it's just you and Sassy. America? Fuck yeah. Alright. So, let's do... There's so many choices. Let's do they involve a banjo? There's gotta be one from Texas. Great Lakes, Great Plains, Rocky Mountains, Southwest, Arizona, Nevada. Ah, here we go. Oh man, there are a lot from Texas. Let's do Miss Molly's Bed and Breakfast, Fort Worth, Texas. Jesus Christ, there are 2 of these from Fort Worth. Okay. Miss Molly. Alright. Miss Molly's Bed and Breakfast. There's some identifying information here that I'm going to skip. Good lord, no, not Miss Molly's. Located in the middle of Fort Worth stockyards, Miss Molly's is the oldest bed and breakfast in Fort Worth. Established as a boarding house in 1910, and originally called the Palace Rooms, it went through the Prohibition period being called the Oasis, and later it served as the Bordello in the 1940s, when it was just called the Gayette Hotel. Or Gayette? Miss Molly's is just old enough to have caught a glimpse of the Wild West, as well as all of America's speakeasy and bordello days. Because the building's long history as a boarding house, it's been home to a vast number of residents. Apparently, some have decided to extend their stay. Perhaps the large amount of antiques and period pieces in the hotel remind them of the bawdy times they shared there. The 7 themed rooms in the hotel all share stories of paranormal activity, with the cattlemen's and cowboy rooms having some of the more famous sightings of apparitions. Visitations have also occurred in the current owner's private rooms, numbers 8 and 9. The ghost is that of a young girl, who many believe was a former tenant of the hotel, though most of the sightings have involved the former working girls from the hotel's days as a bordello. The phenomena at Miss Molly's includes full-bodied apparitions, unexplained scents, items disappearing and then reappearing, toilets flushing on their own, lights turning on and off, cold spots, unlocked doors refusing to open, and a variety of unidentified but entertaining sounds. According to the current owner, Dawn Street Boyd, one housekeeper quit because she kept finding coins in rooms even though there had been no guests in that room. She would finish cleaning only to return and find the coins where she had just cleaned. Miss Molly's has been visited by a number of paranormal investigation groups and is listed within Texas Christian University's paranormal activity class, which makes regular visits to record the phenomena. Copies of unusual photos and tape recordings, as well as statements from investigators and results, are kept prominently in the common living area. The hotel, situated above Fort Worth's Star Cafe, takes visitors up a staircase to another era. Period furnishings, furniture, and a large number of stories about unexplained happenings are provided with first-hand accounts by the owner. Miss Molly's is considered one of the most haunted properties in Fort Worth, and one of the most active paranormal sites in Texas. And that's the entire entry. Wow, that was really short. That was extremely short. Hold on, I don't think this is what I thought this was. No fish women, Jesus Christ. I'm never gonna live that down. I'm never gonna live that down. It's just never gonna happen. I'm just never gonna live it down. Oh God. A story about fish women? No. No. Not again. Oh God. You don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it. Oh God. That was bad. Yeah, I need more spooky storybooks. But hold on. I have a bunch from China. I'm still working on getting the rest of them. Not as bad as I think. I've read it before. Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. The swimming pool one. China? Alright, so let's do China. So... let's do... Wild Dog. During the rebellion led by Yu Qi, men died in countless numbers, mown down like fields of hemp. At this time, a peasant by the name of Li Hualong was trying to find his way home through the hills when he came across a detachment of government troops on a night march. Afraid of being rounded up indiscriminately as a bandit and seeing nowhere to hide, he lay down in a heap of decapitated corpses, pretending to be dead himself. Oh, that's where the book went. And staying there until long after the troops had passed. Then suddenly he saw the corpses, for the most part headless and armless, stand up in serried ranks like trees in a forest. Among them, his head still dangling from his shoulders, gasped, "The wild dog is coming! We are done for!" The others answered in a ragged chorus, "Done for! Done for!" The next instant, they all tumbled down again, and lay there in motionless silence. Lee was about to rise to his feet, trembling with fear though he was, when he saw a creature coming towards him, with the head of an animal and the body of a man. As the wild dog came near, it bent down, sank its teeth into one after another of the heads, and sucked out their brains. In terror, Lee buried his own head under the nearest corpse. The monster tugged at Lee's shoulder to get at his head, but Lee burrowed down still further, and succeeded for a while in staying out of his reach, until finally the monster pushed the corpse aside, thus exposing Lee's head. The terrified Lee, groping around desperately on the ground beneath him, grabbed hold of a big stone the size of a bowl and clutched it tightly in his hand. As the creature bent down to bite into him, he heaved himself up with a great cry, smashed the stone into its mouth. The thing made an odd hooting noise like an owl, ran off clutching its face and spitting mouthfuls of blood on the road. In the blood, Lee discovered, when he looked more closely, 2 fangs, curved and tapering to a sharp point, each over 4 inches long. He took them home with him to show his friends, none of whom had any idea what sort of strange beast it might have been. That was also short and sweet. We can do another, or we can switch to Ireland. Totally up to you, chat. This is your game. Although I like the Chinese ones. They're short, but they paint a very... You'll take whatever? Hey, Chaos. What think you? Let's stay in China. Alright. Let's do an otherworldly examination. Song Tao was the grandfather of my elder sister's husband. He was a first-degree graduate and holder of an annual government stipend. One day he was lying ill in bed when he saw a messenger arrive at his door, bearing an official-looking document and leading a horse with white markings on its forehead. "You are hereby summoned to the examination for the 2nd degree." "But the examiner has not yet arrived in town yet. They cannot be holding an examination." The messenger made no reply, but urged him to be on his way. So Song struggled out of bed, climbed onto the horse, and was carried away down an unfamiliar road, which soon led to the outskirts of a city, grand enough to be a royal capital. Presently, they passed through the imposing buildings of a prefect Xiamen, and into a large hall, where, sitting up ahead, Song beheld a group of high-ranking mandarins, none of whom he could identify, with the exception of the god of war, Guan Yu. At the near end of the hall, beneath the eaves, stood a pair of low tables and round stools, and at one of these sat another man, evidently a first-degree graduate like himself. Song sat down at the other table, where brush and paper had been laid ready, and presently a strip of paper with the title of a formal essay topic came fluttering down from the blue and alighted in front of him. Song read the wording of the question. "One man, 2 men, with intent, without intent." The 2 candidates proceeded to write their essays, and when they were completed, handed them in at the dais. Song's essay read in part. "Virtue pursued with intent deserves no reward. Ill committed without intent merits no punishment." The pantheon of examiners passed a script along, and all of them praised it highly. Presently they called Song up to the dais and delivered the following judgment. "There is a city guard vacancy in Henan province. You are the preferred candidate for the position." The truth suddenly dawned on Song. He kowtowed to the examiners, weeping and saying, "How could I ever presume to decline such a great honor? But my aged mother is in her 70s, and will have no one left to look after her. I beg to be allowed to nurse her until the end of her allotted span of life, when I will gladly take up the post." One of the examiners, who appeared to be presiding deity, gave orders to check the mother's longevity file, and an attendant with a long beard brought out the registers and began leafing through them. "The lady in question has 9 years left on the young plane," he reported. The committee of deities was still debating the issue, and the god of war made a proposal.
"Why don't we appoint the other candidate, Mr. Zhang, to post in acting capacity for a period of 9 years, after which the candidate Song can take up his plenary appointment."
This being agreed upon, he informed Songs of the committee's decision in the following terms. "In the normal course of events, you should proceed straight to the post. In view, however, of your laudable feelings of benevolence and filial piety, we are approving a sabbatical leave of 9 years. When that time has expired, you'll be summoned again before this board." He ended by giving the other candidate a few well-chosen words of advice, whereupon both men bowed and withdrew from the hall. Zhang took Song companionably by the hand and accompanied him to the outskirts of town, where he explained that he was from the town of Changshan, and presented Song with a poem of farewell. the words of which have been lost, save for a couplet. With wine and flowers, the spring is ever present. With neither candle nor lamp, the night is still bright. Song mounted his horse and went on his way. When he reached his village, he woke as if from a dream, to discover that he had been lying dead 3 whole days. His mother heard a groan emanating from within the coffin, and immediately gave orders for her son's body to be lifted out of it. Half a day later, he recovered sufficiently to be able to speak, and when he made inquiries in nearby Changshan, he learned that a Mr. Zhang of the town had indeed breathed his last on the very same day as himself. 9 years later, Song's mother passed away as had been foretold. When her funeral rites were concluded, her son performed his ablutions, retired to his chamber, lay down, and died. His wife's parents lived within the west gate of the town, and at the moment of his death they saw him approaching their house, escorted by a large retinue, and riding a richly caparisoned horse. He came walking into their main hall, made them a formal bow of farewell, and went on his way. Not realizing he was a departed spirit, they rushed out in great perplexity to inquire what it could mean, only to be informed that their son-in-law had just died. Song wrote in a short account of his experience, but alas, after the troubles, it was lost. I have given the gist of it. These are so cool. They're so short, but they're so, like, expressive anyway. Alright. Stay in China or jump to Ireland? Or I can look up and see if I've got any others. I'm still collecting them. Greenland. You know, I do have some Scandinavian stuff. Let me find it. Finland, that I don't have. Norse mythology. In the Days of Giants. Encyclopedia. Drive concept books. Tradition. Seder. Got the Poetic Edda. Patrick, stop. Here we go. Folk Stories of Iceland. Here we go. Jesus Christ, it's 320 pages. Oh wait, this is a research paper. Oh fuck. Oh, describe folk stories. Give me the stories. Wondertale class, easy, da. Okay, give me them. Folk stories of Iceland. Good way to storm the color. Oh god, hold on. Let me just find a better one. Jesus. I don't think Jesus Christ is Scandinavian folktale. You're probably right about that. Guide to the gods. Heroes, rituals. Let's see. There's gotta be. Encyclopedia of German folklore mythology. No, that's an encyclopedia. Galdebrock? That's a grimoire. Alright, let's try In the Days of Giants. Oh, here we go. Yes. So, let's talk about how Odin lost his eye. I can't. Hello? Have you frozen? Oh, this is most awkward. Okay, here we go. I don't give a fuck about EA. There we go. Alright. Beginning of things. Okay. How Odin lost his eye. In the beginning of things, before there was any world or sun, moon, and stars, there were giants. For these were the oldest creatures that ever breathed. They lived in Jotunheim, the land of frost and darkness, and their hearts were evil. Next came the gods, the good Aesir, who made earth and sky and sea, and who dwelt in Asgard, above the heavens. Then were created the queer little dwarves, who lived underground in the caverns of the mountains, working at their mines of metal and precious stones. Last of all, the gods made men to dwell in Midgard, the good world that we know, between which and the glorious home of the Aesir stretched Bifrost, the bridge of rainbows. In those days, folk say, there was a mighty ash tree named Yggdrasil, so vast that its branches shaded the whole earth, and stretched up into heaven where the Aesir dwelt, while its roots sank far down, below the lowest depth. In the branches of the big ash tree lived a queer family of creatures. First, there was a great eagle, who was wiser than any bird that ever lived, except the two ravens, Thought and Memory, who sat upon Father Odin's shoulders and told him the secrets which they learned in their flight over the wide world. And near the eagle perched a hawk, and 4 antlered deer browsed among the buds of Yggdrasil. At the foot of the tree coiled a large serpent, who was always gnawing hungrily at its roots, with a whole colony of little snakes to keep him company, so many that they could never be counted. The eagle at the top of the tree and the serpent at the foot were enemies, always saying harsh things to each other. Between the two skipped up and down a little squirrel, a talebearer and a gossip, who repeated every unkind remark, and, like the malicious neighbor that he was, kept their quarrel ever fresh and green. In one place at the roots of Yggdrasil was a fair fountain called the Udar Well, where the 3 Norn maidens, who knew past, present, and future, dwelt with their pets, the 2 white swans. This was magic water in the fountain, which the Norns sprinkled every day upon the giant tree to keep it green. Water so sacred that everything which entered it became white as the film of an eggshell. Close behind the sacred well, the Aesir had their council hall, to which they galloped every morning over the Rainbow Bridge. But Father Odin, the king of all the Aesir, knew of another fountain more wonderful still. The 2 ravens whom he sent forth to bring him news had told him. This was also below the roots of Yggdrasil, in the spot where the sky and the ocean met. Here, for centuries and centuries, the giant Mimir had sat, keeping guard over his hidden well, in the bottom of which lay such a treasure of wisdom as was to be found nowhere else in the world. Every morning Mimir, I think it's Mimir. It's gonna be Mimir for now. And dipped his glittering horn, Gjol, into the fountain, and drew out a draught of the wondrous water, which he drank to make him wise. Every day he grew wiser and wiser, and this had been going on ever since the beginning of things. You can scarcely imagine how wise Mimir was. Now it did not seem right to Father Odin that a giant should have all the wisdom to himself, for the giants were the enemies of the Aesir, and the wisdom that they had been hoarding for ages before the gods were made were generally used for evil purposes. Moreover, Odin longed and longed to become the wisest being in the world. So he resolved to win a draught from Mimir's well, if any way that could be done. One night when the sun had set behind the mountains of Midgard, Odin put on his broad-brimmed hat and his striped cloak, and taking his famous staff in his hand, trudged down the long bridge to where it ended by Mimir's secret grotto. "Good day, Mimir," said Odin, entering. "I've come for a drink of your well." The giant was sitting with his knees drawn up to his chin, his long white beard falling over his folded arms, and his head nodding, for Mimir was very old, and he often fell asleep while watching over his precious spring. He woke with a frown at Odin's words. "You want a drink from my well, do you?" he growled. "Hey, I let no one drink from my well." "Nevertheless, you must let me have a draught from your glittering horn," insisted Odin, "and I will pay you for it." "Oh, you'll pay me for it, will you?" echoed Mimir, eyeing his visitor keenly, for now he was wide awake. His wisdom taught him that this was no ordinary stranger. "What would you pay for a drink from my well, and why do you wish it so much?" "I can see with my eyes all that goes on in heaven and upon earth," said Odin, "but I cannot see into the depths of the ocean. I lack the hidden wisdom of the deep, the wit that lies at the bottom of your fountain. My ravens tell me many secrets, but I would know all. And as for your payment, ask what you will, and I'll pledge anything in return for the draught of your wisdom." Then Mimir's keen glance grew keener. "You are Odin, of the race of the gods," he cried. "We giants are centuries older than you, and our wisdom, which we have treasured during these ages, and when we were the only creatures in all space, is a precious thing. If I grant you a draught from my well, you'll become as one of us, wise, dangerous enemy. It is a goodly price, Odin, which I would demand for a boon so great." Now Odin was growing impatient for the sparkling water, Ask your price, he frowned. I have promised that I would pay. What say you then? To leave in one of those Farsean eyes of yours at the bottom of my will? Asked Mimer, hoping he would refuse the bargain. It is the only payment I will take. Odin hesitated. It was indeed a heavy price, and one that he could ill afford, for he was proud of his noble beauty. But he glanced at the magic fountain bubbling mysteriously in the shadow, and he knew he must have the draught. Give me the glittering horn, he answered. I pledge you my eye, for a draught to the brim. Very unwillingly, Mimer filled the horn from the fountain of wisdom and handed it to Odin. Drink then, he said. Drink and go wise. This hour is the beginning of trouble between your race and mine. And wise Mimer foretold the truth. Odin thought merely of the wisdom which was to be his. He seized the horn eagerly and emptied it without delay. From that moment he became wiser than anyone else in the world, except for Mimer himself. Now he had a price to pay, which was not so pleasant. When he went away from the grotto, he left at the bottom of the dark pool one of his fiery eyes, which twinkled and winked up through the magic depths like a reflection of a star. This is how Odin lost his eye, and why from that day he was careful to pull his grey hat low over his face when he wanted to pass unnoticed. For by this oddity folk could easily recognize the wide lord of Asgard. In the bright morning, when the sun rose over the mountains of Midgard, old Mimer drank from his bubbly well a draught, the wise water that flowed over Odin's pledge. Doing so, from his underground grotto, he saw all that befell in heaven and earth. So that he also was wiser by the bargain. Mimer seemed to have secured rather the best of it, for he lost nothing that he could not spare, while Odin lost what no man can well part with, one of the good windows wherethrough his heart looks upon the world. But there was a sequel to these doings that made the balance swing down in Odin's favour. Not long after this, the Aesir quarrelled with the Vanir, wild enemies of theirs. It was a terrible battle. But in the end, the two sides made peace, and to prove that they meant never to quarrel again, they exchanged hostages. The Vanir gave to the Aesir old Njord, the rich, lord of the sea and the ocean wind, with his two children, Frey and Freya. This was indeed a gracious gift, for Freya was the most beautiful maiden in the world, and her twin brother was almost as fair. To the Vanir, in return, Father Odin gave his own brother, Honor? I don't know that word. And with Honor he sent Mimer the Wise, whom he took from his lonely well. Now the Vanir made Honor their chief, thinking he must be very wise, because he was the brother of the great Odin, who had lately become famous for his wisdom. They did not know the secret of Mimer's well, how the hoary old giant was far more wise than anyone who had not quaffed of magic water. It is true that the assemblies of the Vanir, Honor gave excellent counsel, but this was because Mimer whispered in Honor's ear all the wisdom that he uttered. Witless Honor was quite helpless without his aid, and did not know what to do or say. Whenever Mimer was absent, he would look nervous and frightened, and if folk questioned him, he always answered, "Yes, yes. Now go and consult someone else." Of course, the Vanir soon grew very angry at such silly answers from their chief, and presently began to suspect the truth. "Odin has deceived us," they said. "He sent us this foolish brother with a witch to tell him what to say. We will show him that we understand the trick." So they cut off poor old Mimer's head and sent it to Odin as a present. The tales do not say what Odin thought of the gift. Perhaps he was glad, now that there was no one in the whole world who could be called as wise as himself. Perhaps he was sorry for the danger into which he had thrust a poor old giant who had never done him any wrong, except to be a giant of the race which the Aesir had hated. Perhaps he was a little ashamed of the trick he had played on the Vanir. Odin's new wisdom showed him how to prepare Mimir's head with herbs and charms, so that it stood up by itself quite naturally and seemed not dead. Henceforth Odin kept it near him, and learned from it many useful secrets which he had not forgotten. So in the end Odin fared much better than the unhappy Mimir, whose worst fault was that he knew more than most folk. And it is a dangerous fault, as others have found. Though it is not one for which many of us need fear being punished. And that's how Odin lost his eye. And now, poor giant, I know. I feel bad. I relate to Mimir. He was just sitting around his house. He didn't mean nothing wrong. He was just sipping on his water like a good water cult member. And then these people just went ahead and killed him. Poor kid. I wonder if this is from somewhere else. Hold on, I'm gonna Google Mimir real quick. Mimir. Odin search for wisdom. How Odin lost his eye. Oh, this is from the Poetic Edda. Tree, home of the giants, Midgard. Norns fill the tree with water. Giants roll up living gods. Gonna try to clear water, Mimir. Wait, so it's in the Poetic Edda? Or the prose? Here we go. Acknowledgements. Voluspa, Havamal. Mjolnir. Where's Mimir? Give me Mimir. There's no Mimir. No. You can't forget about Mimir. Oh, it must be in the prosita. Also, Mimer's name is just so fun to say. Alright, I think I'm gonna round out the night with a wee bit of mahjong. So let me put this away for now. Close this. Whoop. Wouldn't even touch the Irish today. Ah. I gotta remember to get more horror stories from places. Well, give me just a moment to switch gears now. We should be on our way. But first things first, I want to email myself a nag. Get to fall asleep to the click-clack of tiles? Hell yeah, you do. Stories from Russia, Ireland, Scandinavia, and probably somewhere else I'm forgetting. All right. Let's do this. I'm glad you like the story time. I really enjoy doing it. It's very chill. It's such a good time for me. Hold. I gotta get everything back to where it was. I did show my screen, right? There we go. It's a nice way to unwind. Oh yeah. And it's super easy. I just pull up some books and start reading, really. It seems almost like too easy. Not complaining. Not at all. You think the fours. The twos are triangulated and compacted. These guys can go. The ones, you believe? I agree. That two is gonna be a bitch. That's gonna be in there for a while. Those threes look okay. That two is right there, huh? Those twos are all lined up in a bunch. Let me actually just get rid of them. This west. Ooh, those easts are not good. Alright. Oh, that's not good either. Oh, shit. Alright, well, this went south for the winter. Yeah, that's definitely trianged. Yeah, fuck it. What's here? Nothing that'll help me. East, west, alright. I like those more. Those sixes, they're not super helpful. This west has gotta go. These nines have somewhere. Yeah, sure, what's under here? Oh, that's helpful. That's not the way of anything. This is, though. And not a moment too soon. Those 5s are kind of sketchy. There's a lot of west going on here. I don't think I have the patience to wait. That's gonna go. These 9s are gonna go. Those 7s are fine. This gives another east. I say another as if I had a first one. That's in there. That's trouble. That gives a north. This 3 can go. Sorry. The sneezes. They snuck up on me. This is no good. Alright. Yeah, sure, what's here? I think I'd rather devil, I know that. That's riskier. I don't know where the fuck those are, so I'm just gonna disregard it. 5 is somewhere. Those 6s I thought I had gotten rid of, but I guess I hadn't. Yeah, I know. That 8's in there. Alright, so it's pretty clear what I need to do. That's gonna have to go in that order. This is gonna have to go in that order. I'm really gonna have to do that, huh? Tits. I was hoping I could save that for something better, but no, it's just not how the cookie crumbled. This had better be possible. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. Alright. Ah, shit. I handled that badly. Okay, grab those. These... Okay, he's got a perfect... This is not gonna be a good game for me. I know about these, but they're not safe. It's not really great either. Those 3s can go. This gives a 7. This 7 can go. These are trianged now, which is okay, because now I know that at least. And you can always do more with what you know than what you don't. That's unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, no. Okay. That 5 can go. These can go. This gives me those. And this. Those 4s are almost somewhere. These are somewhere. That I will do. That too is in the way of things. And not really in a way where I can brush it aside easily either. What's under there? Luck. Luck was under there. I maybe should have held off, but I didn't. Okay, that's gonna go. I'm gonna doubly know that. This... It's not great, but... We'll do something with it. This 3 can go. That gives a 9. These can go. That 3 is fine. This bit is... Well, these 9s can go. Yeah, both of those options kind of sucked. Damn, I just keep getting fiddlesticked here. No. Yeah, just call it. He won fair and square. Oh god, this is a fight to 2900 again. Good lord. Alright, right off the bat. The 7s look good right off the bat. The 8s almost. You think the 1s, I'm not totally convinced by that. Yeah, there's no reason for me to be. So, those 7s are trianged. This could be the 4. Alright, let's get rid of the 6. That gives the 8s. Fine. Those 7s are on to something. I'm gonna get rid of these. Those 2s are helpful. 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, so those can go. That 2's there. This... I cannot get there. Okay, I have decisions to make. I don't like any of those decisions. These are in the way of more things than they're helping. Souths are kind of in the same way. These 2s are definitely... yeah. The 5 I'm a little bit hesitant on. This is gonna have to go. The 1s I thought had more options, and I'm not sure why I thought that. That's the other east, okay. Those 8s feel not good. I'm gonna go for this. Those 3s are not ready. This 6 can go. That gives us at least that. The norths... I think the norths have to. 5 is there. This gives another 3. Which triangulates it. These 5s are so close to something. This 9 is actually good now. That 3 I'm gonna spare. This... these 6s can go. 9, 9, 9... no. Oh, we just did that whole song and dance. Okay, wait. There's another 6 here. Well, sucks to be that 6. Okay, so this 3... actually, these 1s are okay now. That 4's just gonna chill for a minute. Oh, I see where that is. Alright, that makes sense to just attack. This can go. Those 2s are out there. The wests feel good. Oh, that was lucky. I didn't actually know that. That 6 is there, blocking that from happening. I'm gonna go ahead and do those, because that's in the way of just slightly too much. This north can go, we know about those. Those wests are fine. These 8s look to be okay. That can go, that gives this 9, we knew about that. This 4 seems interesting. I'm hesitant. we're gonna do that. That gives us the 6 that we were waiting on. These can go. These can go. This... Okay. That was scary, but not bad. Okay, we might win. It is not an impossibility. Those 3s are trianged. I'm better off not risking that. Those 9s are good though. This 4 can probably be plucked. There's a lot of 3s. Okay, that should help a little bit. That 4's deep in there. This 8 could probably go. I don't see it. How's the 1? That can't go either, huh? That gives that. I don't need that. It's not helpful. The 7... The 5s have got a lot of shit going on. 1, 2, 3. Let's grab these. This gives a 7. I don't need that. Is there seriously no... Alright, well this can go. This is gonna need to. That 4's all the way in there. These can go. These guys are alright. That 6 is fine now. These 5s are not, but they're very tempting. I'm gonna do it anyway. Ooh, that's not great. I'm gonna take care of that before that becomes a big problem. That 4 can go. Those 8s are fine. That's where that is. That 2 I'm gonna get rid of. This is... That's inconvenient. Shit. That 5 might be the answer to what I'm looking for. No. God damn. Alright, we'll do one more. Edgehead is not going to be pleased with me. Those 3s look good. That 4 I'm going to go for. Those 6s look good. This I'm going to go for. These guys are missing the red one. That 7 I'm going to go for. These 9s are alright. This 2 feels like it's got a better way. Okay. The west would be good if not for the 4. This 4 is in the way of more shit, so let's go here. This gives a 7. I don't care about that yet. This 3 doesn't really have a response. And those 3s are pretty badly trianged. Like, that's actually risky. I'm gonna go with this. It doesn't actually change anything. That 5 can go. This can give a 9. Those 9s are there. I can choose one of those, but I don't know which one is better. And I don't want to make that decision yet. Those 7s are not ready. I'm gonna go with this. Is there really no... Alright, I'm gonna go here. Gonna grab... Oh, good thing I didn't wait that long. That's still trianged. This 5, I could get it if I get out of the 4. This 9 doesn't seem worth it to me. That 9's up there, that's fine. Those are still out there. This east can go. 7's look okay. I may as well try. These 6s are... Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Those 8s almost look okay. That 5 can go, that gives a 3. Those norths are onto something, but they're not quite there. I don't know where that is. This 9... I'm not really sure where that is either. Alright, let's grab these 2s. What do you have? Okay, so that's where that was. Good thing I didn't wait. This 4... Oh, it's mildly annoying. Okay. Yeah, sure. So... yeah, we're gonna have to break that down. To get which thing? These. So then we can do that. Those can go. This one's gonna have to. These are good. This... oh, that's a small problem. Okay, so those 4s can go. Those are fine. These can go. This just becomes cleanup. Hopefully we maintain this lead. Okay. We'll do that. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to start digging there right off the bat then. 7, 7, nope. These can go. Those 6s look promising. I think it's just empty promises though. That 7 can go. These 2s are gonna need to go. This might help. 7's fine. If this 5 goes, then those 6s are good. That I'm just gonna get rid of. The 7 is in the way of more shit. The 7 I'm not gonna find in time. There are just certain truths in the world, and that's just one of them. Ah, that 3 is a problem, so let me get rid of it. That's gonna go. Those 5s are still... they've still got a chance. And they're not that detrimental to everything. Those 6s look good. I can wait on that a little longer. That 2 can go. That can start breaking down. This is a little bit... yikes. I know that 3 is there. That 6 is hiding the other thing. These 9s feel like they should be able to go. I'm just not sure how. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of those. I'm just gonna doubly know that. Okay, so that was always gonna be that way. Ooh. Hopefully that gives me what I need. Alright, yeah, we're good. The 4, actually I think I'm so ahead that it doesn't really matter. I mean, that can change pretty quickly, but I think... there's a chance, but... it's really not very likely. Yeah, just call it. Alright, we'll do one more. Alright, these right off the bat. The west's right off the bat. South's right off the bat. The 6's maybe. East, no. This 4, maybe. 5's I'll do. I'll do that too. You think the west? Oh, he's doing like what I did 8 years ago. This I'm gonna go for just because it's in the way of so much shit that I can't just stare at it. That's there. That's annoying. There's not much I could do about that. These norths look... oh wait, no, these 6's are okay, actually. Those 3's are getting somewhere. This 6 is not. This 4 is not a thing. I'm gonna go there. See if I can break any of this down. I'm reluctant to do that. Can I do this? Okay. Good. That gives a 9, that's fine. That gives that, that's, I would have liked to have that option. That would have been nice. 4 is really in the way of things. These can go. That 9's fine. This 7 I'm gonna get rid of because I need to. That 4's in the way. This 4 is really in the way. I don't want to do that yet. I don't want to do that until I'm really strapped for options. Just because it's so potentially lucrative that it would be a real shame. I didn't realize I hadn't done that yet. That's fine. Yeah, I think I have to. Those 8's are there. That's where that is. That 3 is gonna be there. There's no... I should have done this differently. Oh, really? That whole time? You think the 5? That's not gonna help me. This is a bit of a problem. Yeah. No more moves. What? Oh. Oh, are you gonna actually be helpful? No. Why would that be the case? There we go again. Give us this. That'll give us that. Oh man, unless we like pull a miracle out of our asses. This does not look likely. 6s look alright. The 7s look questionable. These can go. This has gotta go. That's gotta go, because I need to see. The 4s are fine. The 5s are getting somewhere. The 6s look... Okay, no, the 6s aren't a thing. That's gonna be there. This 9 can go. We can start strapping that out. Fuck. I got thrown off. I meant this. This can go. Yeah. 5s are not good. That wasn't good either, but... There's only so many good moves. These 5s are okay. That 9 is deep the fuck in there. 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5. No. Alright, what are you? You're giving me that. Oh, I gotta start breaking that down. Those 8s... Oh, it's a good thing, because I wasn't ready either. This 5 is gonna go, that's gonna go. This gives another 8. That 3 is fine. That gives me that. Which, timing really couldn't have been better. This 3... Those are good. Those 4s are good. I don't think I can catch up, but I'm going to try. These 9s are good. This is fine. Those 8s we know are no good. So... let's just grab these, and we got fucked at the last minute, but... yeah, there's no way. We're just not fast enough for what we need to accomplish here. That's not gonna be a thing. Ah, shit. Yeah. I didn't know when to fold them. Alright, that's where I'll call it. In the meantime, do not eat or drink any questionable substances. Make smart decisions. Do not die. Dying is absolutely forbidden. I will see all of you wonderful people at a later time. And take care, guys.